Hmm. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is alive and present today. I want you to be here in this moment, here in the now, because yoga is here and yoga is now. I invite you to start in a Sukhasana posture, which is a cross-legged seat, and lengthen your spine, rooting down on your tailbone, rising up through the crown of your head, shoulders drawn away from the ears, and knees falling towards the earth, allowing gravity to work its magic and ground you. Close your eyes and just begin to scan your body. See how you feel today. Are you getting any little cracks? Do you feel any pain today? Begin to focus on your breath. Deep inhales, followed by deep exhales. And notice how deep of an exhale and inhale you're able to get with just your normal breathing. Even though you're thinking about it, just see how deep you can go. Place your palms down in front of you and fold forward, opening up the hips a little. Bring the right hand over the left hand. Return to center. Bring the left palm over the right palm. Return to center. Change the legs. So if your right one was in front, bring your left one in the front now, or vice versa. Everyone has a natural cross leg. Bring both palms to the earth, down in front of you and fold forward. Notice any knee pains from one side compared to the other. Bring the right palm over the left. Return to center. Bring the left palm over the right. Return to center. And make your way onto your back. Drop your feet down underneath your knees. Bring your knees to your chest and give yourself a hug. Interlace the fingers. And just hug those knees into your chest. I invite you to even give your left knee a little kiss. And then your right knee. Grab the tops of your knees and circle them, opening up the hips. Now rotate them in the other direction. Let go of the knees, drop your feet down. Make your way back into a Sukhasana. Just wanted to warm up a little bit, move around. Now let's begin a little breathing exercise called three-part breath, where you fill up the belly, then you fill up the ribs, and then you fill up the chest. You pause at the top of your inhale, and as you exhale, you compress the chest, then the ribs, then the belly. I want you to compare this breathing and how deep of an inhale and exhale you're able to get compared to before when you were just doing your normal deep inhales and deep exhales. Inhale, fill up the belly, ribs, chest. Pause. Exhale, chest, ribs, belly. And when you're doing the belly exhale, press your navel all the way towards your spine. This three-part breath reduces stress, reduces anxiety, and promotes relaxation. If you're ever in a stressful situation, stuck in traffic, got some deadlines you're trying to meet, and you're just getting anxious, whip out the three-part breath. Make your way onto all fours. With your shoulders stacked over your elbows and your elbows stacked over your wrists. Fingers are spread wide. Index fingers are pointed directly forward. And your index fingers are also parallel with the sides of your mat. Your shoulders are drawn down away from your ears, creating length in the neck. And the tops of your feet are pressed against the mat for a tabletop pose. You're creating a tabletop with your back so that you're able to place a glass on it. On your inhale, you're going to raise your gaze forward, drop your belly, and raise up your tailbone for a cow pose. Exhale, press against the mat, round the spine, shift your gaze over to your navel for a cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Avoid dumping in the lower back here. It's not one of these, it's more of a middle back bend. Exhale, cat. Cat. Curl the toes and push the hips up and back for your first downward dog of the day. Might be a little tight. Some of you are just rolling out of bed. It's okay to bend your knees here. We're looking for a long spine. Into inch. Your hands back. To meet your toes at the back of the mat. And slowly articulate all the way up, vertebra by vertebra. Finally rolling your shoulders back. And consciously take that first step and that second step. And ground yourself with every step. Once you reach the front of your mat, I invite you into a mountain pose where you root down on the parabanda of your feet, which is the four corners of your feet. You active. Your toes are together, your two big toes are together, and your heels are slightly spread apart, creating somewhat of a triangle. The outside edges of your feet are parallel with the outside edges of your mat. You activate your leg muscles, calves, thighs, hamstrings, glutes. You tuck your tailbone underneath your spine to create that long line of energy so you're not curved out like that. You're right here. And use this mountain pose to align yourself. This is an active alignment. Your shoulders are drawing down away from your ears. Your palms are facing forward. Imagine that you're holding two heavy buckets of paint and they're just drawing your arms down. And at the same time, the crown of your head is shining up towards the sky. Inhale. Bring the arms up to the sky, reaching your fingers as high as you can. And drawing your shoulders down away from the ears simultaneously. Exhale, fold forward. Welcome to bend the knees here. You don't have to have them locked. You actually never want to have them locked. Place the hands on the shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Creating a micro bend in the upper back. Still drawing the shoulders down away from the ears. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. halfway down, and lower yourself all the way down. Keeping the fingers at nipple height. Inhale, rise up for a baby cobra. Exhale, release all the way down. Push against the mat and roll over all the way back so that your bums meet your heels for a child's pose. This is a rest pose. If you're ever feeling short of breath or ever feeling any pain with any posture, you're welcome to make your way into this one. Keeping your knees underneath your hips. Let's do a half downward dog. Make your way back into a tabletop pose. Drop the left shoulder to the mat. Extend the right arm forward and shift your gaze over to your right armpit. Bring the right palm back in front of your face. Press it against the mat. And rise up. Drop your right shoulder down on the mat. Extend the left arm forward and shift your gaze over to your left armpit. Bring your left palm in front of your face. Press it against the mat to rise up. Now begin to move your torso as if it were in a cylinder. Rotating. Now rotate in the other direction. Now move your hands up 5 inches. Curl the toes and press your hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Keep those knees micro bend or actually bent. Just maintain that length in the spine. Shift your gaze over to your thighs. Try and kiss those elbows. And just let your head hang. At the bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, shift your gaze forward, and lightly step or float to the front of your mat. And just grab your elbows here and get some wiggles in. Extend one leg, bend the other, and do it with the other side. Hands on the shins, halfway lift. And just roll up. Open up. And prepare for a wide-legged forward fold. Feet are spread apart. If you open up your arms, your feet should be at your wrists. Your toes are slightly pigeon-toed, so they're pointed inward. And then hinge at the hip, fold forward. Place your hands on the mat or on the earth. And continue to breathe. Grab the outside edge of your left ankle with your right hand and take that left arm up to the sky. Release the left ankle. Return to center. Now make your way over to the right ankle and grab it with your left hand. Take that right hand up to the sky. Release the right ankle. Make your way back to the center. Rise up. Heel toe. Heel toe your feet closer together so that they are just wider than your hips. Bring your hands to heart center and begin to bend the knees and drop those hips and make your way into a malasana pose where your elbows are pressed against your knees, pushing them outward, and your elbows are being pushed inwards by your knees. Letting your heart shine, creating length in the neck by having the shoulders drawn down away from the ears, and continue to just breathe. Press your palms on the floor and extend the legs. Bend your knees, roll around the spine, and make your way all the way back up. Now heel toe your feet wider again. Point the left foot towards the front of your mat with your right toes pointed towards the right side of your mat. And make your way into a warrior two. Bending the left knee at 90 degrees. Keeping a micro bend in the right knee. Rooting down on the outside edge of your right foot. And bring your arms up. Shift your gaze over to your left middle finger. And have your hips pointed towards the right side of your mat. Don't be too far forward. Make sure your torso is perpendicular with the earth. Drop that left hand down inside of your left foot. And then raise that right arm towards the sky. Continue to breathe. Inhale, rise up. Back into a warrior two. Drop that left elbow on the left thigh and reach over the top of your body with your right arm, shifting your gaze over to your right middle finger. Inhale, rainbow over. Bring that left arm over across the top of your body, placing your right hand on your right hamstring, keeping that left knee bent at 90 degrees for a humble warrior. Inhale, back up to a warrior two. Extend that left leg. Heel toe that right foot closer to the left to shorten the distance. Reach forward with your left hand as you reach back with your right hip. And you drop down for a triangle pose. Imagine a wall pressed against your back right here. Inhale, rise up. Point both toes forward. And let's go back for another wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, bring it back up. Now point that right foot towards the back of the mat, and that left foot towards the left side, towards the side of your mat. Bend that right knee at 90 degrees. Root down on the on the outside edge of your left foot. Make your way into warrior two. Bring your arms up, not too far forward, not too far back, just right here. Shoulders are drawn down away from the ears. Right knee at 90 degrees. Micro bend in the left knee. Just tap into your Ujjayi breath, which is your victory breath when you've successfully conquered a pose. Bring that right palm down the inside of your right foot and reach that left hand up to the sky, activating the fingers, rooting down that right hand as you reach up with your left finger, gazes up towards the sky. Inhale, rise up. Back to warrior two. Put that right elbow down on that right thigh. Reach over across the body with your left hand and shift your gaze over to your left middle finger. Inhale, rainbow the arms back up to the back. Keeping that right knee at 90 degrees. Place your left hand on your left hamstring. Reach over across the top of your body with your right arm. And shift your gaze over to your right middle finger. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Extend that right knee. And heel, toe that left foot towards the right, shortening the distance. Reach forward with your right hand as you reach back with your left hip. Drop it down, that right hand inside of the right ankle, and take that left hand up to the sky for a triangle pose. Inhale, rise up. Bring the toes back to the pigeon pose, and let's prepare for another wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Point that left foot towards the front of your mat. Make your way towards the front of your mat. Bend your knees, drop your hips, raise your arms, and keep dropping that bum. And eventually roll over. Extend the legs, point the toes, palms up towards the sky. Create a V with your body for a boat pose. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Release. Dropping the feet down underneath your knees. Extend the left leg. Fold it over your right. And then grab your shins and pull them into your body. Place that right foot back down on the mat. Extend the left leg. Drop it down with your foot dropping underneath your left knee. Extend that right leg. Fold it over the left. Grab your shins and pull those legs back up to your chest. You should feel the stretch in your right hip here. Release the legs. Unfold the right. Extend the left knee or the left leg and cross it over your right. Shift your hips over to the left side of your mat and drop that lever to the right side of your body. Grab your left ankle with your right hand and ground that left shoulder. Important to keep that left thigh pushing away from you. Not physically pushing, but just actively just keep it away to create that space in the hip. A lot of back pain stems from tight hips. So if you address the hips, you can address the back pain. Release the left ankle, raise the legs back up, extend the left leg, drop it down underneath your left knee, extend the right leg, cross it over your left, shift the hips over to the right side of the mat, and drop that right foot down on the left side of your torso. Grab that right ankle with your left hand, shift your gaze over to your right shoulder, and ground that right shoulder. And have that right thigh pushing away from you. Again, creating space. Release the right ankle. Raise the legs back up. Shift the hips back to the center. Extend that right knee. And prepare for a bridge pose. Your knees are stacked directly underneath your feet. Your palms are face down on the mat. You're going to root down on your feet to raise those hips up. Interlace the fingers underneath your back and bring those tucked in. Release the interlace. Untuck the elbows. Raise the heels. And then slowly articulate down. Vertebra by vertebra. Bringing your back down, upper, middle, and then lower. Bring your knees to your chest. And bring those elbows inside of your knees. Grab the outside edges of your feet. Root down on your shoulders and on your tailbone. And push those feet towards the sky. Legs. Extend the legs. And melt back down into a Shavasana. The pose that allows for the medicine to be absorbed by the body. Allow yourself to melt. You essentially want to be in a mountain pose, but laying down. Excuse my cough or my raspy voice. I'm a little under the weather today. Allow your feet to fall as they may, your ankles to fall as they may, your lower back. Begin to wiggle the toes, activate those leg muscles, wiggle your fingers, activate the hands, the forearms, the triceps. Raise the right arm above the head. And lay on to your right side with your head resting on your right bicep. Your thighs are 90 degrees from your torso and your knees are bent at 90 degrees for a fetal baby about to be reborn. Bring that left palm, place it down in front of your face. Open the windows of your eyes. Namaste, and thank you for letting me guide your practice today. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Peace out.